What's up guys, Jedi here, welcome to the video. If you guys struggle mounting any type of effective offense from close guard, then today's video is for you, because today what we're going to cover are the 5 best submissions out of close guard. If you guys are ready, let's roll the intro. Now, close guard is the great-great-granddaddy of all other guards in Jiu-Jitsu. It goes way back to the popularizing of Jiu-Jitsu with the first ever UFC, so it's been around for a long time. However, in the hands of somebody that knows what they're doing, close guard can be a super effective weapon to add to your arsenal. Now, something that you have to keep in mind is that not every single technique that you see is gonna be perfect for you, because everybody has a different body type, they have a different style, a different level of athleticism. Now, I'm a little bit of a shorter guy. I prefer any type of open guard, butterfly guard, X guard, De La Riva, because that allows me to use my movement a little more and my explosiveness to better effect. However, I have used close guard a lot in the past, especially at white belt and blue belt. It's just such a good position, especially when you're first starting. Now, these submissions are going to be the best submissions out of close guard. They're the highest percentage. They're also the easiest to learn if you're starting out. I feel like I've said enough, guys. Let's go ahead and get into these submissions. To break my partner's posture, I'm going to use my hands as hooks to pull his hands off of my waist as I set up to grab his head. Next, I'm going to bring my left elbow in tight to trap his right arm. Next, I'm going to post on his hips, use that to hip out and frame on his neck. And from here, I like to grab my own knee, which I find makes it really hard for him to pull his arm out. And next, I'm going to push his head away, bring my foot across, grab his elbow, and set up. And to finish, you want to grab his far hip with your top hand, scoot your butt out as you yank his hips flat. This is going to keep him from rolling out of it. And then thrust your hips towards his head to get the tap. And if you're having trouble breaking his posture down all the way, you can use your top knee to pressure down on his shoulder. And a lot of people will try to defend this by rolling over their shoulder. When they do, just be sure to set up with them for a quick sweep. For the second submission, you're going to control his posture with a collar tie. With your free hand, grab his offhand and press it up against his chest. Next, post on his hips with your right foot and use that to bridge your hips up as you kick him in the back of the head with the inside of your knee. Next, grab his leg to bring yourself at a 90-degree angle with him, and this is also going to prevent him from picking you up and slamming you. Then you can grab your own shin, finger for your legs, and then squeeze your knees together to get the tap. And it's important to keep his posture broken throughout the entire submission, so keep your hand on his head until you can replace it with your shin. And for the next submission, you're going to control his posture with a collar tie. You're then going to step up on his hip. From here, you want to keep your elbow tight to your body and keep your knee tight up against his armpit. This is going to make it hard for him to pull his arm out. Next, you're going to bring your body at a right angle with his. You're then going to clamp down on his back with the top leg. At the same time, you're going to be using your thigh to push into him to keep him from stacking you. Next, you're going to push on his head as you bring your other leg over it, and you want to be curling down with that leg as you squeeze your knees together. To finish, just grab his wrist as you elevate your hips to get the tap. And if you go for the armbar, but as you do, your partner pulls his arm out, you can switch to the triangle choke on the other side. Another option when they pull their arm out is to grab the wrist closest to you, put it in your pocket, and then go for the Omoplata. And from here, if you can flatten them out, it makes the finish so much easier. Hey, what's up guys? I hope that you're finding these tips helpful. If you are, please do me a favor, take 1 second and hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Now let's get back to the video. For the next submission, bring your partner's hands to the mat. You're then going to turn to your side and bring your top arm underneath his, right above his elbow. Grab his wrist with your bottom arm, and then you're going to grab your bottom wrist with your top, bring your elbows in. You're then going to hip out to the other side, bring your top leg over his back to keep his posture down, and then you're going to force his wrist behind his back to get the tap. And for the last submission, you're going to sit up, you're going to bring your top arm over the back of his head, you're then going to grab it with your other arm underneath his arm. Switch your hips to his side. Bring your top leg over his back to keep his posture broken down, and then crunch everything in to get the tap. And some important points that a lot of people miss are bringing your tricep over the crown of his head and not his neck, locking your elbow tight to your body as opposed to being wide out, being on your side instead of flat on your back, and also bending your partner's neck over your wrist to finish the choke. Alright guys, those are the 5 best submissions out of closed guard. Be sure to use them the next time you find yourself on the mats. Now, like I said before, everybody has a different body type, you're going to have a different style, and some of these submissions you're going to like more than others, so it's important that you practice them and figure out which submissions you're better at and which submissions you're probably going to avoid. Let me know which one of these submissions you like the best down in the comments below. If you guys like these kind of videos where I give you practical tips that are going to help you take your jiu-jitsu to the next level, then be sure to subscribe to the channel because I release 2 new videos every week on Monday and Friday. You guys don't want to miss any of them. I'll see you guys in the next video, and remember, whatever you do, be consistent.
You love to talk, I don't talk, I get it. Yeah, you know I'm about it, if it kill me, I'ma let it. Run into the bag like I'm so athletic. I've been up since 6, making hits like tennis. I've been on fire, I just need my credit.